Crazy, man. I'm finding out more details about this Robert Robinson situation. In case you don't know what's going on, a lot of you people on the TTC and other people that follow me on YouTube don't have any idea who I'm talking about. Well, I'm going to get into details. When I first came into the trash talking circle, I did the UVC thing. It was the off-season Ultimate Video Championship. It was the off-season thing that I first came into. I found out about a guy named Electric Messiah, and he was part of this UVC stuff. And I don't know how Electric Messiah found out about this guy named Robert Robinson. I don't know how far back they go, but that's how I found out about Robert Robinson, was through Electric Messiah. And so I kind of followed up on who Robert Robinson was a little bit, and then he started subscribing to my channels, and I don't know what it was, but for some reason Robert Robinson he was kind of attracted to my channels and my videos, and he was kind of a fan of my videos for I don't know what reason. And that's why that's why some people get that bad vibe of me. They think that me and Robert Robinson were good friends or whatever, because he was always in my comment section and subbing to my channels, and being the fact that he never really gave me hate. I know what he was capable of. I mean, I knew the shit that he did and whatever, and I really didn't want too much of a contact with him because of it, because of the creepy shit that he did. So I just maybe a little nice to him, just trying to, whatever, because he was always nice to me. But I honestly didn't want to play in the mud with this guy. Absolutely not. And that's how I found out about Joseph Martelli. And Joseph Martelli trolled him. And Joseph Martelli, he's got his own problems. I don't know what the hell's the matter with him. But anyway, me and Joseph Martelli were kind of on the same page, but a little different with this Robertson situation, So I've always kept my distance from Robert Robinson. I never really got too much in the mud with this guy. I kept my distance from him. I mean, he would show up in my comment section, and I just let him go. I just pretty much just ignored him, but yeah, okay, whatever. I didn't pay much attention to him. But I got some of my details wrong on my last video. He was actually arrested last week. I thought it's officially Friday now, so I thought he was arrested yesterday. I found out yesterday, and that's why I made the video. I found out from a guy named Friends of Humanity. He's another Maine resident who he exposes sex offenders and pedophiles on his YouTube. So I honestly think that it was the help of him pressuring the Augusta, Maine police, Joseph Martelli pressuring the authorities up in Maine. I didn't really pressure the authorities too much up in Maine because I wanted to keep my distance from the guy. But at the same time, when he did get out of line, I have contacted the Augusta, Maine Police Department several times over the last 3.5 years concerning this guy. I contacted him once a couple years ago about him sharing underage photos on Twitter, that he was basically going in public and taking pictures of young children, and he was putting them on Twitter. And I shared the images to the Augusta, Maine Police Department, and they showed up at his apartment, and so I assisted the police in their investigation a little bit, not too much like Joseph Martelli and the new guy did. The new guy, also known as Friends of Humanity. But I think it was the pressure of not only us YouTubers, but the Augusta, Maine community is what landed this guy behind bars, this creep. If it wasn't for us pressuring Augusta, Maine authorities, he might still be on the loose. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm glad he's behind bars. I'm glad that, he's no longer a threat to the community. And for anybody in Augusta, Maine watching, I am sorry for what anybody in the community has put up with. this guy is a danger to society. I wouldn't put it past me that he would try to harm a child. So I'm finding out more details about what really happened. I guess he was under investigation since January, from what I believe. And I'm not exactly sure how they did it, but they were able to obtain a warrant on his apartment, and they seized his electronics. And I guess he had so much that, you know, Augusta, Maine is not that big of a town. It's a little town, so their police force probably is not that big. So it took them a few months to actually go through all the social media accounts and everything that was on his electronic devices. And I guess over the course of 2-3 months, they were able to identify some photos that were illegal and ended up bringing charges on him. So he was arrested last week on three charges of possession of child pornography, based on, from what the investigation is saying, from what I understand, he had some photos of children as young as 4 years old. Yeah, very sickening. And from what I understand, he was digitally altering some of these photos. If you look at the guy's videos and social media stuff, the guy he was really good with video editing and stuff like that. He did have that skill, so that only makes sense that he would, you know, digitally alter some of these photos. I mean, this guy is a creep. So I don't know what to say anymore. My final thought with this guy, from what I understand, the judge imposed a $15,000 bail. He's still locked up. Now, if he is able to make that bail, he cannot come in contact with anybody under the age of 16. And I guess from what I learned, that he has a restriction that he is not allowed to have a laptop or a phone that connects to the internet for I don't know how long, but hopefully forever. This guy is a threat, and he belongs in a mental institution, locked up. The guy's a sicko. I mean, and if Robert Robinson sees this, let it be clear. I don't want you subbing to my channels. I don't want you commenting on my videos. I don't want you following my Twitter. If by chance you do have the internet one day, I don't want you following me on Twitter. I don't want you in my comment section. I don't want you subbing to my channels. I want no contact with you, dude. You are a sick human being. I want no contact with you ever again. Ever. Ever. I don't want to talk to you. I want nothing to fucking do with you. You're a sick son of a bitch. I want nothing to do with you. Why? I get that bad vibe from people in the YouTube community because he subbed to my channels, he commented on my videos, and people seen that, and I get the hate because of it. I got Jeff Haggy from Haggy Rants coming to me calling me a pedal defender when I got nothing to do with this guy. When the guy's coming at me with this shit, you know? I never defended anything he did. I want to make that clear for the record. So, you're hearing it from me. And you could twist this whatever way you want, Jeff Haggy, or anybody else. They can twist it whatever freaking way they want. I don't care. I want nothing to do with this guy. I got nothing to do with what he was doing. Absolutely nothing. And I want to make that crystal clear. If he shows up in my comment section, I'm going to delete his comments. I'm going to block him. You know, I just blocked several of his Twitter accounts that I found were following me. I went through and I blocked them all. I hope he's never on the internet again. And I know me and Joseph Martelli, we had our spats in the past, but I want to give a shout out to Joseph Martelli if he sees this. I don't think he does YouTube videos anymore. But I want to give a big thank you to Joseph Martelli for pressuring the authorities up in Maine for, helping get this guy behind bars. And I want to thank New Guy, Friends of Humanity, for pressuring the authorities to get this guy behind bars. I mean, I feel so much relief for the Augusta, Maine community. It's incredible. I honestly knew in the back of my head that one of these days, this guy's going to have his day. Either he's going to end up shot to death and they're going to find his body on the side of the road, or he's going to do something really stupid and he's going to end up in prison. And that's going to be the end of him. And I think this is probably the end of Robert Robinson as far as YouTube is concerned. I hope it is. I'm tired of hearing about this guy. I'm tired of people coming at me, calling me a pedo defender, when I had absolutely nothing to do with this guy. He showed up in my comment section. He subbed to my channels. I don't tolerate that shit. I don't tolerate anybody attacking children. That's one thing I do not tolerate. If you attack children, you are down here at the lowest of low, as far as I'm concerned. That's one thing I don't fucking tolerate, is attacking innocent children. There's no... I don't care if you're involved with Trash Talking Circle or TTC or anything. If you're just doing it just for jokes or whatever. Attacking children and, doing the shit that he did, there is no excuse for it. So, anyway, that's my final thoughts on this situation. I might make another video if I find out more information. But as of right now, $15,000 bail. He's still locked up. He's not to have any internet activity or be connected to the internet. And if anybody finds him connected to the internet or doing anything on social media, report it to Detective Brad Chase of the Augusta, Maine Police Department. I think he was the lead detective on the case. So let's keep this guy off the internet. I hope he never comes back. So I just want to put that out for the record. And I want to, clear my name, because there's a lot of rumors going around that me and him are good buddies. And if any authority figure is watching this, hey, you're hearing me say it. You're hearing me say it from my mouth. So I just want to put it out there for the record. So, I know they're going through his internet shit and finding out more stuff about him, and they're going through his, the authorities are going through his social media accounts. They're going to see Joseph Martelli, and they're going to see me. So I got to put it out there for the record. So, just so they know what's going on. I don't want any trouble. I don't want any problems. That's that. So, anyway, I didn't mean to make it this long, but crazy. I seen this day coming. It was only a matter of time. They passed laws in Maine because of this guy. I mean, go figure. Crazy. So, that's it. That's all I got to say. I got to get to bed. I'm in California right now. I just picked up my load a few hours ago. I got to start making my way towards Dallas, Texas. So, I got to get to sleep. I got a long 3 days ahead of me. So, that's that. And I'll also post a link in the description. You can check it out for yourself. Whatever. It's just a news story I found. So, that's it.